A very warm morning to my dear children. Today we are going to begin with the new chapter for geography in your textbook EVS 1. Chapter number 10, Getting to Know India. That is, we all are living in India. But are we aware that what all things are there in our country and why it is beautiful, attractive as per the tourism? So let's get well versed with what all things are there in India, its scenic beauty, and what God has gifted in India, and we are as a part of the citizen of the country, so we need to get aware about these things. You all must be wondering that in a slide two maps are there. And what does these map represents? Yes, it represents about different plateaus, different mountains and rivers that are flowing in India. We all are aware that what are rivers? It is one of the water body which contains fresh water. Now daily you all are singing national anthem. You know that your prayer time, at the prayer time you all say that national anthem. And when you say that national anthem, it is having meaning in each word. And it represents each of the quality that is present in our country. So, it tells us about different plateaus, mountains, and even rivers. Like Vindhya, Himachala, Yamuna, Ganga. Yes? So, we are taking the name of mountains as well as we are taking the name of rivers. So, India is a country with huge mountain ranges as well as many of the rivers are flowing in different states of India. Now, in this slide, you can see a map of India with different rivers. I have selected few rivers, but this is an activity that is there in your textbook on page number 44. So, you can take the help of your parents or your brother and sister. In the last video for chapter 9, I have taught you one activity that how you can find different places in the map. In the same way, you can select the rivers and you can search that in your map in the textbook and you need to encircle that which name you are familiar with. Now just for an example, I took 5 names and represent them in the map with the black lines. River Narmada, River Tapi, River Godavari, River Indus, River Brahmaputra. Now while saying I am telling river, but while writing I can write R as a short form in the map. That represents river. And you all can see the map of India with the rivers. Last time I had informed you that when you want to show river in the map of India, you need to use blue lines. Why? Because blue represents water. So, with the help of blue lines, we can show rivers in the map of India. We learned about the physical setup of India with the help of map. Physical setup means all the landforms that are present in India. Or if we want to study not in India but that are present in different parts of the countries, that also can be studied in the map. That is in the world map. Our country comprises various rivers, mountains, plateaus, plains, islands, etc. So many things are there. On the other hand, Indian continent that is present is surrounded by water on the three sides. That is east, west and south. You can see when you see in the slide in the map, towards the south side and east and west, you can see blue color. That represents what? Yes, it tells us about the presence of water. So, it is what it is from the three sides surrounded by water and it comes and meets in the Indian Ocean that is present in the south. That is why you can see on news channels whenever you hear there is more rainfall in towards the south as well as floods are there. This is the reason because of the presence of water bodies towards the south. So this part is called the Indian Peninsula. And towards the north, what it is there? we are having lofty mountains, we are having Himalayan ranges, and even our country is having lots of forests, plains, and deserts. You can see in the slide different images that tells you about rivers, mountains, plateaus, plains, islands, and many other water bodies as well as landforms we have studied earlier in the chapter. So these all comprises on the earth's surface. The expanse of our country India is very large. That is, it had spread in the form of water as well as land surface, and the height above sea level may vary. It may go beyond 8,000 meters. It may change as per the region. Because of this, the weather condition may not be similar in all the regions. And this we have studied in the chapter that in different hemispheres, different weather condition will be there. And it differs from region to region. Like we are having different regions, desert regions, mountainous regions, plains, plateaus, etc. are there. So, as per the region, the weather condition changes. And because of these weather conditions, it gives rise to different flora and fauna on the earth's surface. Flora and fauna, that is, plants and animals, are different in different regions. So, it will not be similar. As per the climatic condition, the plants and animals can survive in that particular region. So we are having cool climatic regions, we are having warm climatic regions, we are having regions with moderate rainfall, high rainfall, low rainfall, we are having desert regions. Now you can see in the slide two pictures of animals. What it tells you? That yes, one side there is snowy area, on the other side it is tropical region. So as per the region, animals can survive. Even in the next image, you can see the pictures of flowers and plants. What it tells you? That yes, the first one tells you that it is grown in the tropical region. On the other hand, the next picture tells you that these are cactus and they are found only in the desert regions. So we have seen that as per the regions, we can find plants, animals, and birds. They survive. Their survival is based on the climatic condition. It is very important for their survival. So different animals will be found in forest region. Not only animals but plants also, trees, desert region, and on plains. Even in the mountainous region and marshy regions. Now, mountainous, we all are aware that these where mountains are present, they are called mountainous regions, and we have studied. Now, marshy region, this is a new word for you. Now, marshy region means what? Where there is a water body, and along to the water body near the coast, there are ample amount of plants and trees that are connected to the water bodies. So, these are called marshy regions where water body as well as plants or trees are connected. That is, they are present inside the water body and on the land surface. As we know that plants, animals and birds differ as per the region and climatic condition that is helpful for their survival, in the same way we find different crops are cultivated as per the different regions. Like for example, wheat is produced in north, whereas rice is produced in the south along the coast, and jawar is produced on a large scale in central part of India. This diversity has a significant effect on our lifestyle, customs, traditions, and culture. That it means what? The crops which are grown as per the region, it becomes a staple diet of that region. That is the major diet of that region. Now, as I have taught you earlier, that you need to find the places that have been asked in the map. That may be your activity and you can practice. In the same way, when we want to indicate certain things in the map, we have already studied that we use certain signs and symbols. So, if I want to show these places that is producing rice, wheat, jawar, and any other crops that are shown in the map, you can see that different colors are there and it represents. And in along with the colors, they have written initials with the alphabets. So it tells us about that these particular regions are producing these crops. So by seeing the color in the map as well as by the initials, it becomes easier to understand the place in the map. We all know that India is diversified with different religions as well as we are having different states. As per the states, we are having festival celebrations also, their traditions, their customs, and culture. But still, when we are diversified, but we are united. That is why every time it is said that India is what diversified with different cultures and customs, but still it is united. A bond of unity is there among Indians. The people of many different castes, tribes, and religions live in our country. When we find these people living in our country, that means we find a wide variety of different languages. Like languages, you might have heard about Gujarati, then Sanskrit is there, Hindi is there, Marathi is there, and many more languages are there that are used in India for communication purpose, and that is a state language also. Now we all see that differences in food, clothing, festival celebrations are there. Yes, at different occasions the celebrations may differ and still we are united. In different regions, we know that festival importance, why they are celebrated. And every festival celebration is having some or the other purpose. Because of different regions, their staple diet also we have seen that which are the crops that are grown as per the region. And because of that crops, whatever crops they are growing, their crops become their diet. Just take an example, we have seen that in north we can see wheat. So we come to know that their diet may be parathas, chapatis and all that. Whereas we have seen that in south rice is grown, so rice products may be used like idli, dosa and so on. So as per the region, the festivals, the diet changes. Now we all are aware that India is a democratic country. Yes, we got democracy, we got independence in the year 1947. We all are aware about that. And you all must be known that what is our capital. That is, what is the capital of India? It's New Delhi. So, New Delhi is the capital of our country. Considering the area, Rajasthan is the largest state in India. On the other hand, after Rajasthan, the second largest state is Madhya Pradesh and the third largest state is Maharashtra. Goa is the state with the smallest area. So, Goa is the smallest state, whereas Rajasthan is the biggest, the largest state in India. We all are aware that India is diversified with different states and union territories. So, as per the year 2020, we are having 28 states and 9 union territories. There is a slight change in the map of India in Jammu and Kashmir as they are the part of now union territories. Now, when we talk about diversity in India, we all are aware that there are different states in India, and as per the states, we are celebrating different festivals. There are so many religions in our country, as well as we are having different traditions and customs in India. Even we know that there are so many languages that are being used for communication purpose in India. So, among them, 22 languages are the official languages in India. They are as per the state wise. You can see in the map of India that which all languages are being used in different states of India. So children, we are aware about different languages that are being used in our country. And different food styles, costumes, customs, traditions are also there. So in the slide you can see an image of two pictures that are there, that is our currency of India. And you can see the note of rupees 500 and 2000. So on these currencies also, not only 500 rupees and 2000 rupees, but all the currencies of India that are presented in the form of notes are having languages written on it. So can you tell me that how many languages are there written on it? We are using so many times in a day, but have ever we thought that how many languages are printed on that currencies? And which all languages are there? They are written, the currency is written in different languages. So my dear children, you find 17 languages written on a currency of India. Two in front, that is Hindi and English, and 15 at the back side. You can see that I have marked it with blue. So there are 15 languages at the back side and 2 languages are in the front side. That means we are having 17 languages written on a currency of our country. So children, here we end up with our chapter number 10. In this chapter, we have learned about different rivers, plateaus, plains or different regions that are present in our country. Even we have seen different food styles, festival celebration. We have seen different crops that are grown in our country. So even we have seen that which all states are present and how many states are there, how many languages are being used in our country. So children, do practice the map along with your parents or brothers and sisters so that you can have an idea that how maps are being used. They are given in your textbook. Try to find the places, you can search and you can get the information. So keep on practicing the maps, that will help you to understand the places, especially the map of India, so that you can come to know where all states are present and its location in the map of India. So thank you children for watching the video. Take care. Bye bye.